Hello guys, how are you doing? Today we're gonna continue our project in NestJS and using TypeORM2. So I decided to do a broker project, so we'll talk about properties here, and yeah, that's it. For starting our projects, always important to model our entities. So here we will need to create an user entity. You can see here that I modeled with one ID. It will have the type of UUID. It's very interesting because we don't have sequential IDs, so that's more safe. And we have no names, email, password, phone, and phone is also optional. You can see here. Um, and we have properties because users can publish properties to sell or users can buy properties. So here, our properties will have an ID that is a primary key, UUID2, one title, description, price, address, city, state, zip code, type that will have an enum. We will define it there. At the code, we will do this, and status that will be like sold, available, rented, and also on propriety, uh, we'll have an user ID, and this tells us who is the user who has published this property. About this is not an entity. This is just a representation that user and property, they have these properties here. Created that, deleted that, and updated that. Created by, we will create it after, but it's here. It will tell us about who created this line at the database, so we can see who created, for example, one post or updated, deleted. It's important when we talk about logging our application, so you can see there who created something or deleted, updated. Okay, this is just a diagram and draw.io. That's a common tool for doing this. So let's start. So okay, for create our project, we will need to start it. Type in here at the console npm install um, nestjs CLI. So then we type nest new, uh, oh, nest new broker project. Okay, we will use npm for our package manager. You can use yarn or the one that you prefer, but here we will use npm. So it is in progress. Once our Nest application is created, we can see here it has a design pattern. So you can see there inside my broker project, there are some folders, node models. Here in node models, you can find all the dependencies of your project. Um, so you can see here there are a lot of dependencies, packages, and our installations will be inside this folder. And here we have our source folder, and inside it we have a test file here. We will not use it now. We can see our controller, our model, and our service. This is how Nest design pattern it's done. All the entities are our resources we will have in Nest will have this pattern. It will have a model, one service, file, one a controller. And let's explain it. For example, here we have our main TS. It is a core of our application. It starts on Nest application, and it's trying to listen in a process.env.port. This is an environment variable, but we don't have an .env yet, so it will use 3000. And let's explain a little about how the Nest project works. Here at the controller, we map from where we will call our functions. We will map in which address our functions will be mapped. For example, here we have our app controller. It this tell us that it's a get method here, and what is done here? We have a function called get hello. It will we will get a string for our response. It maps the type of response because it's TypeScript. Okay, let's run our application. We can run it using npm run start dev. So it will start our application. Okay, so let's understand what is um happening here. We have an endpoint called get hello. It returns a string. And what does this controller function here is calling our service, uh, our get hello function that's inside our service. So our controller just maps the address of our functions. So that's it. So when we send one HTTP to localhost at the port 3000, and here we don't have an address mapped, so that will be in the default address. So when we do this, we'll have here our real hello world. So inside our app service, uh, let's check this get hello function. It returns a string, and it returns hello world. So that's what's done here. We can, for example, create one get, for example, test and get test. Uh, what is happening here? I use an extension called Codium, and Codium just use IA for recommending code here. So that's why it's recommending some snippets or some code. But here, what I'm doing is mapping the endpoint to the address test, and here I will call my service in a function get test that I will create. So inside our app service um, file, we'll create this function. It returns a string. It returns I am creating an endpoint now. So uh, with this endpoint mapped, we can use Postman to create this requisition. So we can send an get method, one get request to localhost 3000 with the address that we just mapped test. So here we have the response. I'm creating an endpoint now. So in the next video, we will map our entities and create all the endpoints and map it in the database. We will also configure our type ORM so using Postgres. So for this video, that's just this. But I hope you enjoy about Nest and about this project, and I hope it helped you too. So that's it. Thank you.